Hey everybody, I wanted to make a quick video and update you on my open source build, or I don't know, public build. So basically in the first video, I showcased how I managed to create an AI powered prompt enhancer mini application that basically lets you drop your draft natural language sentences, and it creates through Groq and Kimi an enhanced version of your prompt, and then you are able to copy it as a markdown. In the initial stages, the app looked like this, basically in the first video that I produced. And yesterday I took some time, probably 1-2 hours, to basically go through the whole application and the code base, and alongside Cascade and Windsurf, basically figure out if there are any errors, how can we make it more robust, how can we improve the UI and UX, and I also landed on an actual name that I found available. So this was a version 1, let's say, and I'm gonna show you my conversation with Cascade in order to see how I went from this, which is still good, to a more elevated version, and I also added some sort of background effects as well to enhance the experience. And as you can see, we have a way more modern, elegant version of the application. The hover over effects are smooth. We have a clear color language with our buttons, success states, processing states, error states whenever there's an error. And I also improved the way the markdown looks, just for aesthetic purposes, to be honest. And as you can also see, the app didn't used to have the bring your own key functionality, but now it does. So that means that in theory, if everything works well, somebody can clone this repository whenever it exists. They can drop their own Groq key inside. And if everything is correct on their end, then they can start shortening their prompts, basically. So my back and forth with Cascade yesterday revolved around, let me go back. I'm just gonna go through quickly. Let's see. So I just went ahead and said, can you suggest ways where you can improve the AI's outputs? So that was a bit tricky, but this is something that I definitely want to explore on how I can make the AI outputs more efficient. So this is definitely something for a later video for sure that I want to explore. But besides that, I wanted more proper error handling, and I also wanted to introduce a very cohesive design system for the buttons because it didn't exist. So the most immediate improvement would be the prompt templates, specific formatting, examples of ideal responses. So it goes very deep, and I didn't want, because it was night, I didn't want to start improving AI models and stuff because I'm not very familiar with it in a very high technical level. So I want to spend some time becoming more familiar with it. So what would be another improvement? And it was basically like, let's break complex outputs into stages. Let's implement some automated validation checks, and let's create some feedback loops, basically a correct error handling feedback loop system. And I was like, let's do that, but let's introduce our new logo because I found the Prymo.app domain name. So I got it. So our app is officially called Prymo, with a cool pixelated logo and a monogram P that I created using ChatGPT and Illustrator. Basically, I did a few minor changes, and I basically wanted to match my background animation here, which I can show you how I brought this to life. So we basically started doing some logo changes, some UI improvements, as you can see. And apart from that, I then just started and fixing the buttons. Let me go to the past one to see. Yeah. So here I just starting building the configure Groq API key model so that we can bring your own key functionality, and Windsurf delivered immediately, no hiccups at all. Then I had to basically configure some hover over effects here just for my own aesthetic purposes. And it works perfectly. It took some time, and I think the tip here is to not overextend your conversations. So if you're done with one specific task, then just switch to another conversation. The moment I did that, it literally changed what I wanted immediately. Before, when I was in the previous chat with the previous task, it was going all over the place through loops continuously. So that's definitely a good thing to know. Apart from that, I was like, this is still persistent, blah, 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 please fix it. I was like dropping screenshots and stuff. So whenever I switched, as you can see here, look how weird it looked. I was dropping screenshots. And then the moment that I changed the conversation, I'm not sure if it's saved now, everything worked well. So this is basically what I did as the second stage. I made my application more robust. I introduced the bring your own key service. I swapped the logo to the official name, and I also improved the UI and UX on the front end and in the back end as well. And apart from that, in order to stylize it a bit more, I basically used Unicorn Studio, which is a very cool WebGL design tool. I highly suggest you to play with this. And I found this template whenever you sign up. It's called Glyph Dither. And whenever you click on a template, it basically clones it. So what I did was basically changing my text to the app's name. I then switched this 3D shape to another shape than the original. And I was just started tweaking stuff here, like the spacing and all that. I also switched the blur a bit and the glyph dither, like these numbers that appear, the dithering effect. You can like switch it up. You can like make it even more clean. And there are many ways you can export this to your website. The most efficient one, I would say that it would be a video in WebM. I know it looks more junky, but it definitely saves you a lot of efficiency and performance costs. But you can also embed this, and Windsurf is very, very cool with that, because whenever you are satisfied with what you created, you can just click on copy and go to your Cascade chat and be like, please implement this in the XYZ area based on the code that I provided, and it does it on the spot. And then if you want to change something, you can go back to this editor, change whatever you want, go back to export and click publish. The moment you do that, if everything was implemented well, then when you hit refresh on your page, the new embedded style will be updated automatically. So this is what I did as a second stage. Basically, overall improvements. Now the app is more configurable. You can use it with your own key. You can copy your markdown properly, and you can paste it anywhere you like. We also introduced the character limits. And yeah, this is it for this part. My goal now is to dive deeper into how I can improve my model, or maybe can I introduce a series of models that somebody can use. I'm going to see how feasible is this. Maybe improve the UI a little bit more on the UX, introduce a landing page for it to explain what it does. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. If you are as well, yeah, please stick around. Let me know your ideas. I'm very new to this app building, specifically game. I always was skeptical to start because I had no prior developer knowledge. But now with AI and with no-code tools, I feel like it's so fun to explore ideas you've always wanted. And then if you actually think that it's a doable idea and it will be something that the market wants, I mean, you can partner up with the developer, hire a developer, and let them know what they can do about this application that you build to make it more robust, introduce based on their expertise, whatever you have to do, and you can have a working application. So I feel like it's a super nice era to live in. And yeah, I'm preparing a lot of cool stuff. If you're a designer and you want to connect with me, you can book a discovery call. We can connect. I'm building a lot of things, so I'm not really having anything specific right now. So I would love your input, your feedback. What would you like to see more of? And yeah, let's do this. See you in the next one.